This is homework 26, slope-intercept form. Find the slope and the y-intercept of the line. So we're looking at this, we're trying to match these. Actually, no, we're just trying to do this. So A, the slope is 2. That's always the letter in front of the variable. And the constant, the y-intercept, is 5. B, our slope is -1 when there's a negative sign, and our y-intercept is 4. C, our slope, when there's nothing in front of there, there's an invisible 1, and our y-intercept is 0. E, we have a graph. Looks like the y-intercept is at 1, and our slope, we're going down. If we zoom in here, we're going down 1, right 3. So down 1 would be -1, right 3 would be 3. So our slope is -1/3. F, go from lattice point to lattice point. And so that's also our y-intercept. So our y-intercept is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. And our slope is up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up 5 over 2. G, now this is hard to see, that here's our line right here. Right? And so all horizontal lines have a slope of 0. And our y-intercept, we just need to count 1, 2, 3, so our y-intercept is 3. Alright, question 2, find the slope and y-intercept, then sketch the line. So 2a, y equals x plus 1. Y equals x plus 1. Our y-intercept is 1. Our slope is 1. So that means we're going up 1 over 1. Up 1 over 1. Down 1, left 1. So there's our line right there. So that's 2a. 2b, y equals -x plus 2. Equals -x plus 2. So what's our y-intercept is is positive 2, so 1, 2, put our point. -x means down 1, right 1, so we're going to go down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, and that's enough points. Draw our line. 2c says y equals -3x minus 3. Our y-intercept is -3. 1, 2, 3. Our slope is also -3. Now that means -3 over 1. So down 3, right 1. 1, 2, 3, right 1. Also moving the other direction, up 3, 1, 2, 3, left 1. To D is f of x equals 1/2 x plus 1. So what's our y-intercept is 1. So there's our point. And then 1/2 means we're going to go up 1 over 2. So up 1, right 2. Up 1, right 2 again. And if we're going the other direction, we're going to go down 1 and left 2. And there's our line for that one. A, B, C, D, E, 2E. F of x equals -3/4 x plus 2. F of x equals -3/4 x plus 2. So we see that our y-intercept is at 2. 1, 2. Our slope is down 3, right 4. That's what negative 3 over 4 means. So down 3, 1, 2, 3 over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Put our point, and that's enough for that one. And then A, B, C, D, E, F. So 2F is going to be f of x equals 2x plus 1. So our y-intercept is 1. Our slope is 2. That means up 2, right 1. Down 2, left 1. And there's our line. Okay. 3. 3 says, put the equation in slope-intercept form, then find the slope and the y-intercept and sketch the line. Ooh, a lot of work here. Okay. 3a says 4x plus 5y equals 15. So putting it in the slope-intercept form means solve for y. So what would I need to do to solve this for y? We'll subtract 4x from both sides. 5y equals negative 4x plus 15. Divide by 5. And we get y equals negative 4/5 x plus 3. So now that graph, what's our y-intercept is 3, 1, 2, 3. Put our point. What's our slope? Negative 4/5. That means down 4, right 5. So we're going to go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put our point. Draw our line. Pretend I can actually draw it through those points. There we go. 3b. Let's see. 3b says 2x minus 3y minus 6 equals 0. 3b, 2x minus 3y minus 6 equals 0. And so we're trying to solve this for y again. So what's happening to our y? It's being multiplied by negative 3, it's being subtracted by 6, and it's being added with 2x. There's a little invisible plus sign there. So the first thing we want to do, we can, since this is subtraction and this is addition, we can move them both at the same time. So we're going to subtract 2x from both sides, and we'll add 6 to both sides. So that just leaves us, right, those cancel each other out, make 0. So that just leaves us with negative 3y, and on our right side, negative 2x and 6. So now how do I get rid of that negative 3? We've got to divide by negative 3. So we divide each term by negative 3, and we get y equals, now two negatives make a positive, so that's 2/3 x minus 6 divided by 3 is 2. So now we'll graph this. What's our y-intercept? Negative 2, 1, 2. Put our point. What's our slope? Up 2, right 3, 1, 2, 3. So up 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, right there. And there's our line. I like that. 3c. Oh, 5 times the quantity x plus, geez, okay. Let's erase some stuff. We'll do this. Okay, 3c says 5 times the quantity x plus 3 plus y equals 10x. Alright, so we can do this two different ways. We're trying to solve this for this y inside of that parentheses. And what's going to end up eventually happening to it if we distributed this 5 is we'd multiply by 5. Then I'd need to get rid of the 5x and the 15. And then I'd divide by 5 because 5 times y makes 5y. But instead of distributing, I'm going to do the inverse of that. So I'm going to divide right off the bat. So that's going to simplify those 5s, and then I'm just going to be left with x plus 3 plus y, and 10x divided by 5 makes 2x. So now what's happening between the y and the 3 and the x? They're all being added together. Okay, so I'm going to subtract x from both sides, and I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. Those cancel, and I'm left with y equals 2x minus x makes x, 0 minus 3 makes negative 3. So y equals x minus 3. The graph of that, down 3, 1, 2, 3, and x, that's a 1, so we're going up 1 over 1. Up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Four says decide whether the graphs of the two equations are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So how can we tell if a graph has parallel lines? And I think we'll go over that in tonight's notes. Parallel lines have the same slope for parallel lines. So what is this asking us to do? We need to find the slope of this equation. So x plus 4y equals 20. Subtract x. 4y equals negative x plus 20. Divide by 4. Y equals negative 1/4 x plus 5. So what was the slope? Negative 1/4 and 4. What are those called? Those are opposite reciprocals of each other. 4. If we take the opposite of 4, that makes the opposite makes negative 4, right? And what's the reciprocal of the opposite would be negative 1/4, and that's negative 1/4 and 4. So those are opposite reciprocals. That means that they're perpendicular lines. B is a little bit tricky. When this is 2, we need to divide everything by 2. So this is the same. This equation right here is the same as y equals 4. I'm going to rewrite this. How about this is also a negative 1, so this is negative 1 divided by 2 times x, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So that's the same equation. So what do you notice? Negative 1/2, negative 1/2, they're parallel lines then. And then C, for C, on the bottom one, if we added 1 to both sides, we'd get y equals negative 2x plus 1. And on this top one, 2x minus y equals 1. Well, we could subtract 2x from both sides. Negative y equals negative 2x plus 1. Divide by negative 1. So y equals 2 negatives make a positive, 2x, a positive and a negative makes a negative. So negative 2 and 2, those aren't opposite reciprocals. They're definitely not the same, so the answer to that one would be neither. Neither. Okay, 5, application of the slope-intercept form. A gym charges $30 registration fee plus $15 a month for a membership. The graph illustrates the total cost of a membership for the given number of months. What would happen to the graph if the gym eliminated the registration fee? So if it eliminated the registration fee, instead of starting at 30, where would you start? You'd start at 0. And then you'd still go up $15 per month, so, it would look... Not doing this exactly right, but each one of these should just be 30 below the one above it. Okay, so what do we say? We say that the graph shifts down. Shift down. It shifts down 30 units. And a job pays a base salary of $30,000 each year. An employee will earn an additional $2,000. The graph of an employee's salary over 10 years is shown below. All right. what would happen to the graph if the base salary was changed from 30,000 to 40,000? So the exact opposite thing here. Instead of starting at 30, now we're going to go up and start at 40. Still going to get 2,000 more, so this would be 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, you know, and everything is just, at each one of these points, we're just moving up 10,000, right? So that, we would say that this shifts up 10,000. All right, excellent.